Hello friends, I am Megan. Welcome to my channel Creating Essence. Today I'm doing a little year in review video on my first grader school year. I am a homeschooling mom with 5 kiddos at home, and I have already done review videos for my 5th graders year and my 3rd graders year. So if you are interested in seeing those, I will have them linked below in the info box. But this is today about my first grader. First up, we have math. Like with my other kids, we do a core of a Becca for a few subjects. Unlike my other kids, in math, we do every single thing on the page. It is a very fun, colorful textbook, and they're themed, like this is the schoolwork that was completed around Christmas time and throughout the winter, and they have fun graphics, and they set up even the problems in a colorful, fun way, and there's not too much repetition, and there's really not any busy work yet. So my first grader does everything on the page, and she loves it. Like my other kids, we do not do tests. I just don't think that it's developmentally appropriate to make them prove it when they can show me every day in their work text that they understand it and they can use it, which is even better than getting 100 on a test. Next up, we have English Language Arts. Now, Becca splits it into 2 different work texts for 1st and 2nd grade, and I really like that about Becca. One text, this would be the letters and sounds, focuses on phonics concepts, and every day is 1 full page of phonics, and this is where they really focus on learning a special sound or 2 every single day and how to use it. So they work on that for that specific lesson. It's just the front side, the front side of 1 page. So it's really not too much work. And it just helps them practice that concept and brush up a little bit on using what they did in prior days' lessons. And then language focuses on the grammar of what they're learning. One thing that I love about it is that the lessons are meant to go together. So the special sounds that they learned on that day's lesson, like say on lesson 87 in the phonics book, they are also going to be using that concept in the grammar book. So they kind of get a little bit of extra work with those special sounds. And in this, they learn different things about capitalizing the first sentence, or first letter of a sentence, putting a period at the end, how to make things alphabetical order, just very, very basic grammar like that. And I really, really like it. They also learn about syllables, prefixes, suffixes, and introduce those kind of concepts. We also do reading. Now this is just one of the reading books for Becca's 1st grade curriculum, but this is what was on the shelf, so it's what I grabbed. Like the language, it also uses when a child is going through the whatever they're learning about in their special sounds for that week, in their phonics and concepts they're using in their grammar, they will see those again used in reading for that week. So they really are not only learning these new phonetical sounds and learning these new grammatical rules, but they're seeing them used in their reading book and they're practicing using them. And I really, really appreciate that about this curriculum. Next up, we have spelling. We did not use this a whole lot this year, but we did start from it. My 1st grader is a little bit of a slow reader, which doesn't surprise me because my first child was a slow reader, but once it clicked, she took off and there was no stopping her. And I expect that's how it'll work with my 1st grader as well. We just go at whatever pace she is ready for and just keep working away at her pace. We took, spelling was one concept that she really struggled with. That seemed directly correlated with her slow reading. So We just made it fun. We took the spelling lists and I would plug them into the free website Spelling City. So that she would be playing games on the computer using these words. And it's made to teach you how to spell the words and how to use them. And it gives you the definition of each word and it spells them aloud and it sounds them out in all different games, and it is free. So that's something we utilize a lot with this, just to make the concept of spelling a little bit more fun for her and not so stressful, because she really struggled with it. We also did penmanship for her this year. Now I stuck with the K5 Abeka penmanship books and I do the manuscript. Abeka says to start with cursive and I don't. My kids start out, we read books constantly from birth all the way up, and we really haven't stopped yet, and my oldest is going into 6th grade. So we read all the time, and they aren't seeing the letters in cursive, they're seeing them in manuscript. So we start with manuscript for writing. Cursive we start in 2nd grade. But manuscript is where we start. And because Abeka prefers to start with cursive, their 1st grade tablets for penmanship are cursive. So I get the special manuscript kindergarten tablets that you can order but don't automatically come with the kits. And she just does 1 page a day. And we'll just fill out the lines. I tell her on these first 3 lines, if she does nice, neat work, she doesn't have to do the second 3 lines. So that really motivates her to be careful about her work. And most of the time, she doesn't have to do the second 3 lines. For science, like I explained with my other kids, we did Apologia. This year we did Flying Creatures of the 5th Day, and we did lap books to go along with it. If you're interested in seeing the lap books, I showed them a little more in detail in my 3rd graders video, which I will try to put an iCard up. If not, that's going to be linked in the info box below. So she did this with my big kids. She certainly didn't absorb as much of it as my 5th and 3rd graders, but she absorbed way more than I thought she would, and she really, really liked the lap books. So I think we will continue with that. For history, we did unit studies, which I also talked about in my 3rd and 5th graders videos, but we started with American history, and she loved that, and she really, really got into it, especially the Native Americans that are local to our area. Because we do live in Virginia, it is rich in culture and history of Native Americans, so there was a lot to learn, and she really, really loved that. We also used this book for geography. This is a really fun book that I found in the library this fall and ended up buying it myself on Amazon, which I will link below. I'm not an affiliate, just showing you where I found it. And it is really neat. It shows you each continent, everything's broken down into continent, and then each country or groups of super small countries have their own pages where it talks about the local resources. It shows them the flags, the major cities, the capitals, and it has so much fun information, and everything's represented by pictures, so you don't have to be a strong reader to understand this. And it was a lot of fun for them to do every day, learn a little bit more about different countries. I think that's it. My 1st grader had a really great year. Like I said, she struggled with reading, but that's not a problem for us. She will get it when she's ready. And in the meantime, we just kind of change things up a little bit until she's an independent reader and can do it herself. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you used any of these things and had different opinions of them, let me know. I would love to hear it. I don't think that my opinion is the only one. Coming up soon will be my preschoolers year in review. If you would like to see that, stick around. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos coming up. Thanks for sticking around, friends. Bye-bye.